Hello geeks, I am Sandava. You can just call me San. Welcome to my channel where I'll be creating and posting short videos related to Python programming. If you have been looking for a series of short and helpful videos on Python for starters, you have landed at the right place. At first, I'll be creating a series of short 10 to 15 minutes videos like this one in English, where different contents or lessons for absolute beginners will be displayed. And if there is enough support, I'll be thrilled to move on to advanced level lessons dedicated to specific modules or projects. I am equally interested in uploading contents in Nepali and or Hindi languages, uploaded specifically for viewers from India and Nepal. But that will be for future as well. A little bit of fun fact about myself before we begin. I believe that the best way to learn a new programming language is by writing programs. And the best way to learn, or best way to better learn a programming language is by teaching it. So here we are, teaching and learning on this platform. I encourage you to duplicate and run the demo programs while you are watching these videos, pausing and playing the videos along the way if you need to, and then also expand your horizon a bit further and write some programs of your own after understanding these training videos. So let's begin by a short introduction to Python as a programming language. Python is one of the most widely used high-level general-purpose object-oriented programming languages. There's a lot going on in that definition, so let's break that down. A programming language is a computer language that is used by programmers, beginners or developers alike, to communicate with computers. It is basically just a set of instructions returned that does a specific task. High-level programming language means that the language of writing computer instructions is in a user-friendly way that is easily understandable and close to what we normally speak or write. A general-purpose language means that it is used to create a variety of different programs, and it basically isn't created or specialized for any specific problem or for solving any specific issue or targeted for any particular environment. Object-oriented programming is based on the concept of dividing programs into small chunks called objects. It is used to implement real-world entities in the program. Example of which could be users or cards, cars, um, anything in real world that makes a program reusable, efficient, and easy to use. So where do we usually see Python in use today? Um, is often used to build websites and softwares, automation tasks, data analysis, and data visualization. Some of the other applications include but is not limited to machine learning, artificial intelligence, big data, graphical user interface based desktop applications, web and internet development, software testing, educations and robotics, and whatnot. So let's talk about advantages and some disadvantages of Python. Um, Python is very user friendly, it's easy to learn and use Python, whether you are new to programming or an experienced developer. So it's very beginner friendly because it mimics natural language as a high level programming language. It's also very versatile as it can be used for many different tasks. It's open source, which means it's free to use and distribute. Python's archive of modules and libraries contributed by active community is a big part of big major advantage of using Python. It integrates with other programming languages like C and C++ and Java. What we have to understand is Python executes code line by line, so it's easy for the programmer to find error that occurred in the code. Python is platform independent, which means you can write code and then run it anywhere. So let's talk about disadvantages of Python. Because Python works with an interpreter and not with a compiler, it is considered slower than other programming languages like C and C++ that use compilers. But because Python is easy and user-friendly for a beginner, once you learn Python, users usually find it difficult to move to other languages or develop their brain to learn other languages outside of Python. Python is not suitable for developing mobile applications and games. So let's break down on how I'm planning to make this series of videos. This current video, we talked about in brief introduction of Python. And the second part of this video, I'll show you how to install Python. In the next video, I'll introduce the IDE program that we installed and then run a first or test program to see if the installation was correct or not. The next few lessons, I've shown you the breakdown here. I'm not going to read line by line on this. Um, this breakdown doesn't necessarily mean that I will strictly adhere to these breakdown. The lessons or the contents or their order could differ as we move along through these chapters or training videos. So let's get right into the installation part. Before installation, I would like to show you an alternate way to learn Python, and that doesn't involve installing. If you already have Google, that's even easier for you. Just search Google Colab or Colaboratory, um, and it will show you the results. So Google Colab, and when you click on it, it will let you create new um, files. You can even link a Google Drive. I have a script saved on my Google Drive that I linked here, and created a function definition which basically adds the two numbers. So what it does is it receives two parameters as input values, and then prints the addition of those two numbers. So when you run this, the two numbers are 1 and 99. So when you run this, you get 100. And it also works for different types of numbers like decimals. You get that result. So this is easy way or alternate to um, writing scripts on Python and running them to see quick outputs. It doesn't require any download or installation. All you need is access to Google account, basically access to internet, and you're all set. But in today's video, I'm going to show you how to download Python on your computer, and then also download um, software called PyCharm. So basically, when you install Python, there's two parts to it. First, you have to download the interpreter for the Python, and then download another software that you're gonna write your script and run your script on. So go to Google and type Python installation, Python install, and you get the first result, python.org, or you can just directly go to python.org, and then on the top you see this yellow button that shows you the latest version of Python interpreter. If you want the older version or releases, you can scroll down and choose any one of these to download and install. But for the purpose of this video, I'm just going to click here. It's going to pop and show you that the download is complete. When you click on this, um, it will run the setup mode. If you want to customize the installation, you can click here and do that. Otherwise, just click on upgrade now button, and then you can see this. It's going to take a while, and since I've already installed Python version on this machine, I'm going to cancel this here and move on. But in your computer, you just have to go through the process. And once that is installed, it will pop up on your startup menu, or you can even go to command search CMD and type where Python, and it will tell you where the Python version was installed. The next step is downloading software that you want to use to write your scripts and run your scripts on. And my personal best or preference is PyCharm. When you Google PyCharm, search for PyCharm Community Edition, JetBrains.com is where you want to go, and basically you will be shown two different versions, um, professional version and the Community Edition version. So download this free. This is for free trial, but this one is free open source edition. And click on download this. Again, you will see on the bottom of your screen. If you see this screen, click on keep. The download process will end, and you can click on this and proceed to installation part. But again, I've already installed PyCharm on my computer, as you can see here. So it's not going to run on my machine again, even if I click it. Um, so this download is complete. It's going to pop up shortly here. So click yes. And it's going to show you welcome screen. Click next. Because I already have Python installed and PyCharm installed on mine, it's going to show me this prompt to uninstall the old version and then reinstall again, which I don't want to do. So I'm going to back out from this with cancellation button. But if you don't already have this, you're going to see slightly different prompt. You can select where you want to install this, proceed, follow the prompts, and then finish your installation similar to what we did earlier. So I'm going to cancel this, back out. And then once your PyCharm software is installed, it will show you, it will pop up on your desktop screen, just like this one here. You can open this and see how it runs. You can also add a shortcut to your taskbar so that it's easily accessible for in future if need be. So that's all for installation of Python and PyCharm to use for writing scripts and running them on your computer. That's all for this video. If you like this kind of video, please add your comments, subscribe, and likes. Hope to see you soon in the next one. Thank you.